Hey everyone, welcome to OS Engineering. Today we'll be designing a two-piece brake rotor, and there is going to be a part 2 to this video where we will be designing a brake caliper for this brake rotor. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, so we'll start by sketching from the front plane. So click on front plane, click on sketch. Then we'll draw two circles from the origin. So click 360. And the second circle would be 228.6. Enter. We're gonna draw this section over here, and for that I'll start by drawing a center line from here to 20. I'm gonna draw a circle from this point, and that's going to be 30. And then we're going to draw another circle from the origin to the center point of this circle. And then you can trim off the center line if you want to. And now we're gonna use the circular sketch pattern feature, and on the entities to pattern we click on this circle. Now you can see a preview of the circles. Now we're going to change it from 4 to 12. Click enter. Now you can see there are 12 circles, and click OK. Now what we're going to do is get rid of this part of the circle and the line inside the circle as well. So I'm going to use trim feature, and gonna use power trim so to make it easy. Just go around in a circle, and then I'm gonna remove this line too. So yeah, click OK. Now I'm gonna draw a hole for the bolts to go in. So I'm gonna use center line and draw it from the origin to the midpoint, and then extend it a bit. Now I'm gonna trim off this line and this line. Now I'm gonna draw a circle from the midpoint of this line, and the circle is going to be 10. Okay, we're going to do the same as we did with this circle. Going to use this circle sketch pattern. Click on the circle. Now you can see the preview here as well, and we're going to give it 12. So now we have sketched the inner part of the rotor, and going to click on features and extrude it. And so now we have to set the contours, so select that one and the inner one as well, and I'm going to give it 11 millimeters. Click and enter, and then OK. Yeah, now what we're going to do is we're going to make the slits that you see over here, and to do that I'm going to sketch on this face of the disc. We're going to click on circle, and from the origin you type in 228.6, enter. And now zoom in over here, and then we're gonna draw a slot over here. Yeah, so I'm gonna use the midpoint line, and then you can draw the line anywhere on this line. So, and then make sure it's horizontal, and then type in 5 so that we can get 10. Now if I click on it, click on the line, you can see it's not actually 10, and I'm gonna use smart dimensions and then type in 10 so that the line is actually 10. Okay, Now I'm going to take midpoint line again, and from here I'm going to draw a line straight down, and the length doesn't matter as long as the line surpasses both this circle and the bottom circle. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, now we don't need this line anymore, so we can trim that one off. Yes. Now what we're going to do is make this edge into a sketch. So click on convert entities, and then you can see the edge has been highlighted, and then click OK. Now it's been converted to an entity, so you can see there's a line of circle being formed. I'm gonna trim this excess line off, and the bottom one as well. And now you don't need this line either, and this one too. And then click OK, and go to features, click on extrude, and then distance should be 10. Click on OK. Now we got one of the slots over here. Now what we're going to do is use the circular pattern feature from here, and you're going to give the direction. Just click on that line, and now you can see a preview. And from 12 we're going to type in 25 and click on enter, and click OK. Now all the slots have been formed. Now we're going to draw another disc on the face of these slots. Click on sketch, and then click on circle. You can type in 228.6, and the next one 360. And then go to features, extrude, and then extrude it, and type in 11 over here, and then OK. Now the disc is fully sketched, and now we have to drill some holes on the disc. And for that, I'm gonna click on section view over here, and you can change what plane you want. Now you can change what plane you want. So this is front plane, that's the top plane, and got the right plane. So you can change it like that, and then move what section you want to see for all of these planes. And for us, we need the top plane, and just drag it out a bit so we can see the slots. Click OK. So now we're going to draw holes in here. For that, click sketch, and draw a center line, midpoint over here to the origin, and we're going to draw circles on this line. Now click on circle, and you can draw a circle anywhere over here for now. Type in 5, and then click on smart dimensions from the center point to this point. We're going to type in 10. Now we're going to use the linear sketch pattern, and the linear sketch pattern is going to be really different from the circle sketch pattern, in this one, because there will be 2 directions. And then if we click on entities to pattern and click on the circle over here, now you can see the patterns going that way, and we only want the pattern to go down this line. So on the x-axis it's written 2 over here. We're gonna type in 1, and click on enter. Now you can see the pattern is not going that way or that way, because on the y-axis is the number is also 1. Now we don't want it to go straight down. Now if you see, if I put 2 over here, click on this button so it goes the other direction. Now you can see it is going straight down but not in line with this line, but we want it to go in line with this line. So I'm going to click on clear selection over here and then click on this line. And now when I type in 2, now the circle's going down in line with this line. Now I'm going to type in 6 and click OK. Now go to features, extrude cut, and we're going to change the direction from blind to through all both, so it drills the hole both side of the disc, not just this side. And click on OK. Now we're going to use the circular pattern feature, and you can see here it says cut extrude 3. That means all these holes have been selected, and we only have to give the direction in, and for that we just click on this line. And now you can see the preview of all the holes. Click OK, and all the holes have been drilled on the disc. Now turn the section view off, and you can see the holes have been formed on both sides of the disc. So now we are done with the brake rotor. Now we have to make the hub that goes in the rotor, and for that click on file and click on new and new part. OK, turn this one on, and we're going to draw it on the front plane as well. Now we have to make this pattern on this face, and you can see that this pattern is going to be the same as the pattern we made on the disc. Instead of drawing it all over again, what I'm going to do is go on to this disc and then click on extrude, click on boss extrude 1, click on edit sketch. Now we can copy this sketch, so copy it and then just click on exit sketch over here and then go to the other part. Now we're going to click on the origin and then paste it. Okay, so now go to features and extrude it. Now we're just going to extrude this part here, so click on it and then type in 11. And the reason why we're giving it 11 millimeters is because the disc is 11 millimeters thick as well. So click on enter, and now click on this arrow over here and you can see sketch number 1. Click on show so we can see the other sketch that we haven't extruded. So what we're going to do here is going to convert these sketches into entities. So sketch, and then you got a multi-selected, so select the outer circle and the inner ones as well, and this inner circle as well too, and then click on convert entities. So now all of them have been sketched. Now go to features and extrude it again, and this time click on this button so it goes to the other direction, and then type in 5. Now you can hide this sketch now. The next thing we're going to do is sketch on this face. So click on sketch and click on circle, and now make sure it's the mid center point of this circle. So just move your cursor to to the edge of the circle, and you can see the center point over here. And to know if it's actually the center point, just drag your circle, and now you can see the circle's been highlighted, so now we know it's on the center point. I'm going to type in 185, go to features, extrude it. I'm going to extrude it to 55, and I'm going to draft it. So click on here to draft it inwards, and then put in the angle of 10. So now you can see it is drafted inwards by 10 degrees. Then click OK. Now click on this face, sketch, select circle, make sure it's the center point, and then type in 170, and then go to features, and then we're going to extrude cut it so we can make the hole for the hub, and click blind over here and click on draft, and then click OK. Now the hub is almost finished. Now we gotta make a hole over here and a hole for the bolts to go on. So sketch and make sure it's on the center. It's on the center point. Yep. Type in 90. Okay. And now you can make a center line from this point of the circle straight up here to that point of the circle, and then on the midpoint you can make the bolt holes, which are 16 in diameter, and then we go to circular pattern, and then just type in 5, click OK, and then go to features and extrude it, and then just click OK. Just make sure that it goes all the way through. So okay, so now yep, we are done with the hub. So I'm going to change the material of this hub. Go to edit material, and I'm going to just keep it carbon steel. Apply, close, and I'm going to change the material of the disc as well. So edit material, and I'm going to give it stainless steel. Apply and close, and the material has been applied. Now we have to assemble both of these parts, and then for that just go to files and click on make assembly from part. Yeah, make sure you save both of those files before assembling it. Now we are in the assemble page. Click on insert component, click on part 1. So just click on this area over here to put your part 1 down. Then I'm going to insert the hub in as well, and then just click here. Okay. Now we're going to mate both this part together. So click on this face, click on mate over here, and click on this face of the disc, and you can see it has moved onto the disc. Now I'm gonna click on this face over here and click on the corresponding one over here, then click OK. Now you can move it around a bit. I'm gonna click on this one and on this face as well, and then click OK. those two parts have been mated fully and is fully defined. And to check if it's fully defined or not, try moving both of these parts, and if it's showing any type of movement, that means it is not fully defined. And if you try to move it, it shows you a text like the selected component is fixed, it cannot be moved. The selected component is fully defined, it cannot be moved. And now we're gonna put bolts in on each of these holes over here. For that, you go to Design Library and click on Toolbox and just wait for a second for it to load in. Now it's loaded in, and I'm gonna click on this file over here and click on the socket head screw. Drag the bolt around to the hole and it will automatically place the bolt in the hole. It usually automatically find the dimension of the hole as well, but sometimes you might have to change it, so I'm gonna put in M10 because the hole is 10 in diameter. And now on the left side, you can change the length and how the thread is being displayed. So when it's simplified, there will be no threads on it. So I'm going to change the length to 25. Click on schematic, you can see the threads appear now, and then click on OK. And then click on OK. Okay, now when you click OK, you get another bolt that is floating around your cursor. So just drag it to the hole. You can do that for each hole. Now that you placed all the bolts in the hole, we gotta fasten it with a nut. And so go to Toolbox and you can see a nut file over here. So drag it and then make sure it's aligned. Now you can see the nut has been fitted on the bolt and it has found the sides automatically. You can change it to thread display to schematics as well, and then click OK. Now we just do the same for each and every bolt. It is always best to change the view of the disc. To change the view, change it around so that you get a good view of the bolt, and then make sure it sits right properly, because I didn't do it right over here. So now you can see the nut is not fully on the bolt. Now you can see all the bolts and the nuts are on the disc and the hub. And that's it. That's how you make a two-piece brake rotor. And if you want me to make any parts, just leave it in the comments and I'll try to make a video for you. Yeah, so thanks for watching.